Hey Econ students, this is Jacob Clifford. Welcome to Microeconomics Unit 6 practice questions. It's time to go get the ultimate review packet. You fill this thing out, you answer the questions, draw the different graphs, watch the summary video, then come back and watch this video. The complete version of this video is only going to be available to students that get the packet because they're supporting ACDC Econ. It costs a lot of time and energy to make videos. Getting the packet is the best way of saying, hey, thanks for making these videos and it's going to help you learn economics. This video is going to have 9 practice multiple choice questions. If you need more time, then just pause the video. And if you want to go back to the summary video and practice and learn the concept over again before you answer the question, click on the Learn More link, okay? Good luck. Okay, for question number 1, which of the following is least likely to be the result of the government addressing market failure? The right answer here is E. Of all these answers, E is the one that really doesn't fit. All the other ones are showing this idea of a market failure. There's a clear market failure. And E, when a business owner has less demand, well, that's just the market saying we don't want your product. So that's how the market should work. And all the other ones, the government's coming in to try to fix the problem. So in A, the public sector funds national defense. There would not be national defense if it wasn't for the government coming in and addressing that market failure. We wouldn't have something that we want. B, the government regulates monopoly to limit deadweight loss. That's very true. The government does not want monopolies, and we don't want monopolies either because they charge a higher price. C, the government sets carbon dioxide emission standards for cars. Very true. Pollution is an idea of a negative externality or a market failure because the free market doesn't calculate those additional costs into society. And D, the government subsidizes early childhood education. Again, you can make an easy argument that that is helping everyone. There's a positive externality there. Again, the only one that doesn't really fit is E. For question number 2, it's talking about public goods. The right answer is C. The free market firms that provide public goods would not make enough profit. That's why the free market doesn't produce things like street lamps. So if a product, you cannot exclude people from using it, even if they don't pay, then you're going to have a problem. You're not going to be able to get any profit off it. And so that's why the government or the public sector needs to provide public goods that are available to everyone for free, because the free market won't, because there's no profit in doing it. And the free market works on profit. For question number 3, positive externalities are the idea that there's additional benefit to some other person or society in general. The right answer is D, provide a per unit subsidy to firms that produce the product. A positive externality is a market failure because the free market's failing to factor in all those additional benefits on other people. And so they're not producing enough of that product. If you were to factor in those benefits, then you would produce more. And so how to get them to produce more? Well, provide a subsidy. The government's coming in, providing a subsidy. The answer is D. In question number 4, if you know the graph for a positive externality, you got the right answer. The right answer is A. The firm that making vaccines in the free market is producing where the marginal social benefit is greater than the marginal social cost. So there's way more benefit to society than the cost when you factor in all those additional benefits to the positive externality. Let's look at the wrong answers. In B, the firm is not producing where the marginal social benefit equals marginal social cost. If they were, then there wouldn't be a positive externality. There'd be no reason for the government to get involved. C, the firm's making vaccines is an oligopoly. I don't know, maybe. D, but it's not the right answer. D, taxing is not a good idea. And a lump sum subsidy is also not the solution. It's a per unit subsidy. So a per unit subsidy would cause them to produce more. A lump sum subsidy only affects their fixed costs and they wouldn't actually produce more. So the answer is not E. The right answer is A. Okay, finally we have a graph for question number 5. Where is the consumer surplus and deadweight loss if there is no action by the government? So this negative externality that you're looking at right here stays right where it is. The government doesn't get involved. First, the consumer surplus is AEFG, so the answer is C or D, and the deadweight loss is DH. The right answer is D. If you want to go look at the graph over again, go look back at the summary video, but you can tell just by looking at it, the free market's going to produce Q2, right? They're going to produce where the supply equals demand, Q2, and charge a price P2. So the consumer surplus is AEFG. That's the consumer surplus right there, that triangle. Right? The deadweight loss are all these units that should never have been produced. So we should have produced Q1 units. So if we should have produced Q1 and we're producing Q2, then D and H are all units where the marginal social cost is greater than the marginal social benefit. So the deadweight loss is DH. Now in question number 6, the government gets involved and it taxes the amount of the externality. It taxes P3 minus P1, which is the vertical distance between the two cost curves, the marginal social cost and marginal private cost. So the point is, if the government taxes them, what's going to happen to the consumer surplus? Well, it'll get smaller. Consumer surplus only becomes A because now the price is up there at P3 and the deadweight loss disappears, right? The government's getting involved and it's getting rid of the deadweight loss. It's solving the problem. So the answer is E. Question number 7 is a definition question. What are antitrust laws? Well, they're designed to prevent monopolies and allow competition to regulate prices. The answer is D. Question number 8, the government puts a per unit tax. The price goes up by $2. So now everyone's paying $2 more for cigarettes. The right answer is A. This is definitely a regressive tax. Remember, a regressive tax is when people who have lower incomes pay a higher percent of income. So although everyone pays the same $2 here, $2 is more percent of income for a poor person than for a rich person. So it's definitely a regressive tax. The demand for cigarettes is elastic. No, the demand is inelastic, so C is wrong. The government is trying to remedy a positive externality. No, they're trying to remedy a negative externality, so it's not D. And there'd be no tax revenue for this policy. Yeah, there would be tax revenue. Okay, for question number 9, we've got the Lorenz curve. You've got the percent of families or percent of households and percent of income. All right, you saw this from the summary video. The right answer here is D. Income is more equally distributed in country A than it is in country B. Now let's go over the wrong answers. In A, people in country A are better off. We don't know if that's true. I mean, we see that this is how the income is distributed, but we have no more information about personal freedoms or race issues or crime. We don't know anything about any of that stuff. The Lorenz curve just says about income inequality. B, country A has a command economy. Again, we don't know if that's true. Country B has a proportional tax system. Again, you have no more information. All you have is the Lorenz curve that talks about how income is distributed. E, country A has a higher tax rates than country B. Again, you don't know that to be true. The right answer is D. Okay, that was 9 questions. How'd you do? Did you do well? I'm going to give you more practice questions. I'm going to put them right up here when you're done. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for getting the ultimate review packet. You rock. Until next time.